Oh, you touched the pepperoni.
Oh no, I've created a monster. Alright,
Like
out of sight, out of mind, okay? I'll put this in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the music starts, brief recap of the last session. This is session 2. It's still the same quest. We've not completed the quest yet. It's just the second session. You had just finished a firefight in the warehouse of one of these vaults, X32. The firefight had gone your way, but it had been quite nasty, including some disturbing scenes that you had seen not only in the firefight itself, but around the vault. You have your personal player characters, as well as a reclaimer, Sergeant... I think I said his name was Sergeant Mackey. I don't have my notes in front of me.
So, you didn't actually give him a
No, I actually
name
gave him a name later in the tail end of the session. I think I called him Mackey.
I don't know.
But I don't have my notes in front of me. But still, he's only one reclaimer, so for right now it's good. So we'll just call him Sergeant Mackey for now. And also the Youper,
Yep.
whose name you've not been able to get because none of you speak Youper, and
Nope.
Sergeant Mackey's not bothered to tell you.
Yep, it's just the Youper.
So, on brief change, have you ever seen this movie called Escanaba in the Moonlight? There's this character there who's a Youper called the legendary Gemmer.
The Jimmer. Yeah.
No, the legendary Gemmer.
Yeah, that's true.
And this character is loosely based off the legendary Gemmer.
Oh, you based him off the Jimmer.
My shit! Yeah.
This is an actual cartoon based on Fallout?
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Based on Fallout?
Not based on
by,
Fallout.
Jeff Bridges?
What?
Yeah, it was a comedy actually. Well, it stars Jeff Bridges' movie. I'm not sure if he wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Yeah.
He wrote it, and he
Yeah.
was also responsible for the stage
He
production.
also-
So it was on
yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a very interesting thing and basically conveys something. The whole thing in Escanaba is that you have this one character that's never been able to kill a deer.
Yep, never been able to shoot
And
one.
this is like big shame in Youper society. You actually see mothers herding their children away from him lest the bad luck catch.
The legendary Jimmer.
The legendary Jimmer. But the name of the production is Escanaba in the Moonlight. All right, anyway, back off the tangent. So, you start checking the remains and you discover the following. Give you an item card. Do you have a pen?
Right here.
Okay. Amongst the bodies of the raiders, because most of them are blown all to smithereens by a plasma grenade.
Yeah, so not too much, but hey, big, huge vault full of shit.
Other-
She's not gonna be up
Of the remaining things, of the remaining raiders, the available loot right now, it's available to go. Like, pick it up off the ground kind of loot.
Mhm.
All right. 6 combat knives. 3 suits of leather armor that cover the chest. 10 food points. 8 water points. 8 doses of jet. Six pipe pistols. And 1 pipe SMG. 100 rounds of ammunition for the weapons, which is .38 caliber.
How many?
She's writing it down.
Yep, I got it all written down here.
Okay. 100 rounds amongst some 30 guys that you fought / evaporated / confined isn't much, but it's fairly realistic because raiders just burst on fire and do everything else.
What about the big baddie's weird?
I was
wacky
waiting for
weapon?
that. So that is a legendary item, and that's where we're going to start our game session.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have a little bit of conference, and as you're going through the bodies, we see her, since she's the one doing most of the looting, her and Percy going through and cataloging the bodies.
Mhm.
And Percy picks up the gun first.
Okay.
Right? He picks it up, examines it, and goes, "Ma'am, I have a highly customized 10mm American Colt pistol. It's been painted with, well, frankly, something out of an H.R. Geiger nightmare."
That's cool. That's what you got.
What kind of customization does it have on it? Like,
It has an extended magazine, and is apparently full auto fire capable.
huh? Oh, okay.
Got a 30-round mag, and basically it's a small assault rifle and a handheld.
Nice.
Sensors are detecting some strange radiation I can't quite identify.
So it's radiated.
Well, that's just it, Mom. It doesn't seem to be. When I say strange radiation, I mean it's on the same quantum band as regular radiation, but much like X radiation, it doesn't seem to be harmful to humans. I have never seen this type of energy before. I'm not quite sure what it is. It appears nowhere in my databanks.
Okay, Veronica. See if she can take a closer look at it.
You realize that your Pip-Boy has a Geiger counter.
Oh yeah, so she uses her Pip-Boy.
You see her pull out her wrist, and there's like some big, huge bracelet on it with all these gadgets attached to it. It's not clicking on your Geiger counter.
Well, it's not. Geiger counter's not reacting, so here, let me see it.
What's your alignment?
She's a follower.
So you're selfish?
Is that what follower is?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I suppose.
Roll me your spirit.
Spirit. Am I rolling my wild die with that?
Mm-hmm. Got a 4 or better?
I got a 6.
Okay. You pick up the weapon, and a momentary thought crosses your mind of all the things this must have been used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you're oddly fascinated by that idea because the artwork on it is incredibly detailed. And the whole, like, the demon spitting bullets aspect to the weapon. Because the weapon's actually studded like a demon spitting bullets.
Huh.
Just kind of, I'll let that one run too before I turn it off. It just kind of gives you an odd bit of fascination. You actually look at it for a couple of seconds, then you kind of shake off the effect and just start looking at it clinically again for the caps value and all that kind of stuff. It's incredibly well made. And you can tell that most of these modifications are definitely done post-war.
What is the feeling she's getting? A sense of...
She had a momentary fascination with it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Like she was drawn to it.
No. She picked it up and a thought crossed her mind. An odd thought.
Which was...
I wonder all the beautiful things this has been used for.
Oh, as in killing people.
Yeah.
Oh. Almost like, is it sentient?
She's not psychic. She wouldn't know.
Yeah, how the hell would she know? She doesn't. Yeah,
So.
That would even cross her mind, to be honest. She's just looking at the dollar signs here, or cap signs, I guess.
By the way,
cap's value, this thing is worth at least. No, you're not shocked.
Okay.
This thing is worth at least double the market price on a Colt. And you can probably barter it up for more than that.
We're looking at maybe a pretty penny.
Yeah, very pretty penny. Where did my... Oh.
So right over there.
I had it disconnected because I didn't want to trip anybody. Market price on a Colt is... 250 caps. So you're looking at least 500 caps. You can probably barter it up for 7. You can make a good barter roll or convince the guy that, it's a one-of-a-kind collector's item. There's all kinds of ways you increase the price from sale, and these
of
things.
course. Like, where else are you going to be able to find a Colt that looks like this, that has this kind of customization, that you can switch over to be fully automatic and practically like a rifle? Like, come on.
And that kind of sort of seduces your brain in some weird
Like, she's going to mention that because it's not even occurring to
Okay,
her.
but again, the character is not aware that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
She just knows that for a moment, a momentary thought crossed her
She had a
mind.
thought that crossed her mind, which she's gonna summarily dismiss because, okay,
Right,
whatever,
just
who
whatever.
cares? I mean, it's a fascinating looking pistol anyway, so it's not like that's gonna be something that would stick out in her head in the first place.
I get that.
So, yeah, she'll have Percy put that away somewhere.
Yes, Mom. He puts it in his cargo compartment.
Yeah, so that way, they can sell that later, because that will be a good
Roll your
thing.
spirit and I'll die real quick.
Oh,
you need dice.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's your spirit?
My spirit is...
D8. D6 there. Is it over 4?
Yep.
Okay. So, as Percy's putting the item away, you don't see the apparition you saw before, but you can smell something foul around the robot now.
Mm-hmm.
What do?
What kind of smell is it?
It smells like rotten eggs.
Ew. Rotten eggs are terrible.
Is it enough to make me want to pull it out again?
That's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to run your character.
Oh, okay. Still got a handle on it. I'll just make a note of it.
Okay. What else do you do during this time?
Well, she's probably gonna want to.
I was actually asking Raymond because you actually had part of the scene.
Rude hog.
Of course. My character is, at least.
So you're just gonna take that pistol, huh?
Yeah, that's what we do out here in the wastes. You're dead. You're not gonna use it. Might as well sell it.
Do you smell anything?
No. Except, well, she makes a catalog of everything that she smells around here with a confused look on her face.
You smell like rotten egg smell near your robot?
No.
You smell nothing.
No.
Does your robot have sensors that it could isolate different types of smells if they were present, even if they don't particularly bother him?
Your Pip-Boy starts beeping.
She looks at her Pip-Boy and is like, yes, Percy's got some
There's a message from Percy.
Oh. Looks on it.
Just to let you know, Mom, he's texted you, essentially, using his radio communication to talk to the radio in your Pip-Boy.
Uh-huh.
Just to let you know, Mom, hallucinations are a common side effect of such a long cryo sleep.
Oh.
You probably can't argue with that one.
No kidding.
You think it was like a whole medical diatribe because he had time to send it to you rather you verbally shut him up, and there's paragraphs and paragraphs of information detail like medical research and sleep deprivation as well as oversleep,
She just
how the brain behaves when it's sleeping, yada yada
kind
yada.
of skims over it because she don't have time to go through all that right now. So.
I'll just file it in my mental Rolodex under C for curious.
Bert's taking shelter by one of the door frames. He's looking down the hallway that they all came from, and he's like, it's a little early to be looting just yet. We don't know if we're actually alone yet.
Oh, true. Sorry, I got excited.
So can I recommend we don't take anything that ain't a weapon? And go looking, see if we got them all, or not?
Okay.
That is like, Joy, more crawl underground and finds the bad guys. Checks her ammo, makes sure she's got ammo left in the shotgun, and looks at Bert. Well, ladies first, he says. Such a gentleman, she replies. She looks at the reclaimer. Hey, you look like you're doing fine, Elsa. Edda. He looks a little chagrined that he used a racial slur there. That's what I said. Edda. Right. So, Edda's in the lead. Who's behind her?
I'll stay kind of in the middle. I mean,
I'll
get the people with more firepower to be in the front and in the back, in my opinion.
Okay, so Edda, you, and where did I have Percy's mini? Percy, since he's all silver. And then there's you, since we have the big cross on you, wherever you wish to be. And then Bert's the guy with the sword. Uper is Wolfgar. And that's our reclaimer. So Edda's in front of the party. You say you want to be in the middle-ish?
Yeah, middle-ish. Because, I only have a 10mm and stuff. They've got the
They
higher
have nice
firepower.
bang sticks, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you're somewhere in the middle. Where are you going to be, Father Frederico?
I am going to, it's all the same to old Bert. I'll do a perimeter check back from where I came.
Well, we shouldn't split up yet.
Well, my guy will do what a normal soldier would do, I guess.
Where did Sovag? Where did Sovag?
Yeah.
Right now, we're trying to establish where in the party order characters are walking.
Okay. So we're
That's all I'm doing at the moment. So, where in the party's advancement line do you wish to be? Edda's clearly taken point.
Yeah, well, whatever's most advantageous where I am relative to the group, I'll take up the position.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is then you're not sure.
Wow.
You're waiting to see where everybody else goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so put you to the side for a second. I imagine Bert will want to be behind her since he has a rifle. The Uper will want to be behind Bert. Reclaim will bring up the back. So this puts you in the back with him?
Sure.
Okay, put you back there. All right, so ahead of you, there is what you'd expect to see in a vault. You have a slightly darkened, obviously high-tech underground hallway. You hear pops and moans of the material because since the plasma grenades went off, that the local structural integrity kind of got rattled a little bit. And so you hear some circuits that are frying. Some of them may have gotten EMP'd. Actually, yeah, someone did throw an EMP grenade, didn't they? You did last session, if I remember correctly.
One that got shot out of the air.
So you hear some electrical circuits popping, dealing with that. You hear the noise of like gears grinding. And as you inch quietly down the hallway with Etta in lead, I need everyone to make a notice roll. See what you hear.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to add my +2 last game session. I think one of my cooks gave me a +2.
There's Bert.
9.
Is that easier?
Yep, I just pulled up.
Yay!
You got there.
I got a 10.
10, I got a 9.
Bert pulled a 6. So you got 10, 9, Bert got a 6. Etta would actually have a pretty high one. Alright, so something you never ever want to roll in the game system.
Snake eyes?
Snake eyes.
Oh.
Snake eyes is when both the wild die and the regular die are a 1. I'm actually going to go ahead and spend one of Etta's white chips so that I can ignore the fact that I just rolled snake eyes and roll again. Much better. I got 6. Okay, so everybody's got over 4? Actually, should be actually over 6 because of the darkness. My mistake. Everybody's got over 6?
Yeah, 10.
So as you're going down this hallway, you don't hear anything in the immediate area that sounds like a threat. You don't smell anything. The whole hallway appears to be... Come on in. I got you.
Oh my god.
It's all right.
What a freaking day.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
The whole hallway that you're advancing down seems to be in good repair and fairly solid. As you look along the sides of the hallway, you see signs that along the vault walls that tell you where you are in the vault and what's up.
Thank you.
And you see that pointed towards where the hallway came from, you see service levels. Off to the sides, you see arrows that mark towards living quarters. Along the side, you see things that say living quarters and stuff like that. And you get the impression what you're seeing on the walls, there really weren't a lot of people here. The living quarters staff listing is here on this wall, and there's only like 10 rooms listed. So this vault may have only had like, maybe been planned for like 10 to 20 awake people at any one time. And everybody else is just kept in Cairo. Sorry, cryo, not Cairo. That would be in Egypt.
I was about to say, we're in Egypt now?
We're all like the Egyptian. Everyone unconscious.
Okay.
Should we be sitting belly
I
dancers
should
or
have brought
something like that?
JoJo. He would have enjoyed Tuffy.
Right. So, proceed. You proceed down the hallway. It goes about 100 feet back. Along the sides, you see living quarters, paneled rooms that are all doors secured. Does anyone want to try to get through the doors into those rooms?
How many are there?
In this hallway, there are 3 on each side.
He
So
doesn't
there's
have
6
to
living
take
quarters
down.
rooms here. Now there's apparently a wraparound, because you haven't gotten to the end of the hall yet. There's apparently a wraparound that goes to another section, that there might be more living quarters on that
Be
side.
real careful about
Here you're
putting
looking
your
at
snacks.
3
I don't
different
know if
rooms.
there's- It has
Imagine.
green onion and ginger and,
Yeah, the onions would be bad for her.
yeah, so...
I mean, it was piece small in my pinky. She'll be fine.
I mean, since the whole
I wouldn't
objective
do
here
any
is
more.
to see if there's anyone in there, probably should check
Okay,
the rooms.
go up and make a notice roll.
No, Mommy said no.
Yeah,
Blame her.
Mommy doesn't want your tummy to be upset, 'cause sometimes it
While
gets
you're
upset.
checking the room, Etta stays on watch, watching the front with a 7.
11.
Not bad.
I have no idea where I am.
You see him go to a door and listen. We are currently walking down a hallway that left that warehouse we just had the gunfight in.
Yeah, we're checking
You
to see
got
if the
gunfight?
bolt's in.
He left. Remember, he left.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
We gotta catch him
Yes,
up.
okay, I need to back up for a second. So there was a gunfight. We trapped the raiders in a warehouse section of the vault, and we think we've killed them all because there are like 30 or more of them that we evaporated between grenade fire and gunfire. The most cool thing was when you got into a loader and walked in the loader and stomped on the bad guy's head, squishing it. Then the loader stopped working.
Cool.
And I actually posted up. They're all available on YouTube, so you can go back and listen to them.
Okay.
But right now we're suddenly, because I had your character say, we're not sure we got them all. We should scout the rest of the place before we start looting.
Yeah, because Veronica's getting a little
And Veronica's like, yeah, sure, stop looting. As she's putting things into her trench coat.
No, I totally agree with that particular point of view.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going down this hallway, and along the side you have what are apparently living quarters. You listen at a door. You don't hear anything behind the door, and you can tell the door has recently been opened because all around the door where dust would normally acquire dust and grime from like falling out the air. There's stuff that show that someone has gone in and out of this door, which isn't that surprising because we know the raiders were here.
I got a 12. Do I notice anything besides him?
You notice him checking out the room. You're looking at the other door. Shows that all these doors have been gone into. You see the same thing. You notice every single one of these living room doors have been entered and exited.
Recently or in...
Fairly recently, no dust or any grime has any fallen, so it has to be within at least the last day.
Would there be any way for her to hook up her Pip-Boy to like each panel and see if
You will have to search
make a
every room.
repair roll to see if you know that.
Good thing I have repair.
And I will give you a +1 to your die roll because this is a pretty obvious thing.
I got her a little riled up.
Yep. Every feature of a vault, every single one has a pip jack. That's why all the vault dwellers are wearing Pip-Boys. Who's going in and out of this door? Got it.
Yeah, because I mean, it would if you have an even number, then that would probably indicate that someone's gone in and they've gone out.
Puppies when I
But if you have an uneven number, it might be
Jesus.
an indication that somebody's gone in and stayed in.
Correct. That's a good assumption. Good deduction.
So yeah, she'll take out her jack and she'll start plugging it in some of the doors to see if
Draw 3.
see if you
I didn't know
know.
what I had.
That's because you redraw every session. Doesn't matter.
But I got some from...
You redraw every session. You don't keep them like
Bastard.
Deadlands. You don't keep them like Deadlands. They're session oriented.
Bastard.
Dude, that's a good draw.
Dang!
I would
American
do
flag
with their
there.
hat.
All right, so
Instead, what did I draw by not looking in the hat?
Yeah,
anyway,
I only got 3, you got 4.
so
Yeah, fair enough.
you go up through one of the doors, put in your Pip-Boy jack.
Otherwise.
Up comes inventory of all the times the door has been opened. This
Makes
door
sense.
has been opened within the last hour. And yes, the count is even. The other thing is you notice that all the door entries before like the last day were all from like 200 and some years ago.
Oh, by the way,
It is currently
some ships up there.
2295,
Oh, cool, thank
so
Okay.
the game year is currently 2295. So with the original year being 20,
Oh, that was something I wanted to ask you, man,
2077.
because I totally forgot what year it was, and I'm looking at the timeline on the website, and I'm thinking to myself, what year are we actually playing?
We're playing in 2295. We're
Yeah.
playing later. We're playing later than the games.
Jesus,
Yeah.
long time from now.
Yeah, we won't be there.
2295.
There's my calculator.
Oh, dude, did you see have you been to the NASA website?
No,
Man, they actually managed to land on that
218
little
years.
asteroid.
really?
Mm-hmm. That little fricker is apparently rich as hell metal-wise.
Back to our game session.
Sorry.
All right. So, what do you do with this information, Ruth?
Well, how many doors are
You want to check each door?
Yeah.
Okay. You check each door. You find that they've all been gone into and out of the past day.
I
Okay.
figured as much.
You want to try to open your door?
Yep.
All right. You see there actually is a lever, just like you'd expect. There's no like Star Trek walk up; it opens automatically. You pull the little switch, and the door opens. Inside, you see what appears to be a small living space, probably about 20 feet by 30 feet. And there's a bed in there. There's a sink. You don't see a toilet or a shower, interestingly enough. You do see a bookshelf and a dresser, and no bodies, no nothing else like that. It looks like no one's been really in here and out of here for a while on your cursory examination. Check your room.
Cursory. That's the magic word.
Ruth?
That is the actual
Ruth?
word.
Hold on, I'm texting Sarah because she just asked me
Ah.
something.
Okay. What are you doing while she's texting her BFF out of an OC?
I'm not sure because her test came through wonky, but I think she asked me to be her maid of honor. So
Ah.
Are you going to take a second, more than cursory look?
Yeah, I'm going to take a second more than cursory look around this
Right,
room.
so you walk up, you open one of the doors. Door opens up, you see again a room looks like no one's gone into and out of it in quite some time. You see almost the same room he's seen. The only difference in yours is that someone's left a lab coat laying on a bed.
Is this like a recently worn lab coat?
Nope. You can tell from the dust and stuff on it, it has been there since 2077.
So people have been here the last day, but nobody's actually disturbed anything in the room.
Probably just
That
looking for
doesn't
loot.
sound or come across as raider behavior.
They had other things to amuse themselves with.
Yeah, but think about it though. I mean, they would have at least gone through. They would at least rifle through everything to try and find something valuable.
Maybe they just got them open before we arrived. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly going to just assume. You know what assumptions do, right?
So you're suspiciously.
They make an ass out of you and you.
So, so you are suspiciously looking at an empty room.
I'm suspicious about the circumstance of the fact that nothing has been rifled with.
So Bert looks a little agitated. What do you do next?
There's no containers in the room. There's no.
As I said, there's a dresser.
Let me search the dresser.
You open the dresser. Inside, you see what appears to be U.S. military science wear. You see a lab coat. You see a badge that belonged to a Dr. Edith Harrington. You see a family Bible and some other small personal effects.
Anybody you recognize?
I grabbed the Bible.
Okay.
Look through it.
It is a New International Version Bible, also known as the Reader Digest versions of the Holy Bible. But
there it is.
the doctor appears not to have been a Protestant. I mean, you're looking at what appears to be an Orthodox, particularly Greek Orthodox Bible.
Cool.
I put it in my pocket.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. They don't use it. They use NKJV. I forget now which Bible they use. Anyway, the point is that she's not a Protestant. She's Episcopalian. We'll go from there.
I put it in
They're
my
close enough to Orthodoxy
my
they can.
armor.
We'll go with the safe option.
My armor pocket, and I look through the other personal effects.
You see a couple of pictures of her kids, a couple of letters from home. Nothing really that interesting. But if you weren't prone to believe that it has been 2 centuries, the dust and everything else in here is prone to make you believe it. Right. Next room for you, Miss Scrapper.
Yeah, it's the irradiated mutants you've been dealing with.
Same as the last room.
Enough.
Appears to be nothing really important in it.
So nothing really worth anything either?
Apparently these entry rooms have either been looted or weren't really used before the war happened. There doesn't appear to be much in them.
Okay, well, if there's really nothing important in them or anything like that,
Okay.
nothing like worth anything, then yeah, she'll probably just check it off on her mental list of, this is probably a...
Okay.
Unless there's secret panels or something like that.
So what I'm hearing is that the group is stealthily continuing down the hallway.
Yep.
Give me stealth rolls.
It's a good thing I have the stealth skill.
He doesn't have any.
The Uper has a total of 22 because he had dice explode.
Holy crap. I have one that exploded. That one exploded.
7.
12, 13, 14.
So nobody bumps into anything that makes noise. Nobody gets up and turns on a flashlight. You proceed down this semi-dark hallway. You get to the end of the hallway, and sure enough, you have stairwells that go down, and then you have the hallway elling off to the right, and that has got a listing on it with an arrow on the wall. It says "Living Quarters, Section 2."
Jesus.
The arrow that pointed down to the hallway says service floors.
Okay, well, I'm going to personally defer to Bert here for the best tactical move to make. Since my guy's still kind of groggy and waking up.
Okay.
Where'd the pilot go? Sergeant Mackey says. And he hears a whisper. Okay, wah! Don't do that.
God, this guy's got...
The Uper will stay here. He gets his revolver. He kneels down, takes cover in the stairwell. So he's got part of the world. He keeps looking down the stairwell. And he motions for you all to go down the hallway.
All right, he's going to cover us. Stay about 1 inch away from the wall as you move down it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to be looking around.
What he's bringing up is that you'll get hit by ricochet.
All that, and I'm assuming...
Basically that.
I mean, the Raiders are notorious.
They may have set booby traps.
So I'm kind of looking for those, too.
All right.
Well, so am I.
So you walk down this area where it L's off to the right, and it kind of does a whole U thing, and the other living quarters are all in the northern part of this hallway. And you see hallways, then all these doors are already open, and some of the lights are on.
What do you think, Bert?
Well, we are going to go look anyway, because A, I want to kill every last one of these motherfuckers, and B, I want to loot this place blind afterwards.
Veronica is 100% on board with looting the place blind. And of course getting rid of the raiders because they'll just damage the loot.
Okay.
Well, that and, maybe shoot us in the back as we're looting.
So obviously the raiders are in the process of searching these rooms. These rooms have been pilfered through. Everything is thrown everywhere. The lights are on. You see footprints in the dust that lead you to believe that people have gone into and out of these doors recently.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck in the door frame of one of the doors is this weird lunchbox-looking device that has like little diodes and flashing things on it, jammed into where you see her putting her Pip-Boy port.
Don't do that.
No, she's not doing it. I'm just saying you see, on all the doors there's a little port like you'd put an AV jack into.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Her Pip-Boy has one that does that to access the door.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
On these doors, you see a small lunchbox-sized device that's been jammed into that port.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all kinds of flashing beeps and weird junk science-looking things on it.
It's a freaking like
it could be a bomb.
lunchbox mine thing, right?
Or it could be used. They were using it to keep the door open, but it's got lights on it, so I don't know what that is. I never saw that in Fallout.
It's called a bomb.
But the lunchbox is usually a what do they call that? It's one of the most
like
powerful mines you can have in the game.
Bottle cap
Yeah,
Bottle
but like
cap
the little.
They're nasty. They can
that,
basically
yeah.
take out a.
Everybody roll their smarts. Difficulty 4.
What are those big roving beasts on 2 legs? Those bipedal nasty bastards that look like
Death claws?
death claws. Those mines can take death claws out.
Really?
Yeah,
I need to start using them on death claws.
you make
I got a 6.
10.
You realize it's not a mine. This is a device that someone cobbled together to purposely open these doors. Hence why it's jammed into the plug. That's how the raiders actually got into the rooms.
Okay.
I turn to Bert and I say, "You first."
No. Hey, you, Bert!
You see a look on the Reclaimer Sergeant Mackey's face that just is like, really? Really? This is the best that Lansing can do? I could have had 4 or 5 Spartans down here with me on this, but no, the government said go get these ne'er-do-wells. They're disposable, they know what they're doing.
Exactly. You don't need a pilot anymore.
Edda looks over you and hisses, Domakov, are you stupid?
What do you mean?
She goes away hissing, swearing in Pennsylvania Deutsch, which I can't do.
Well, German, that's sad.
What does everybody else do?
I'm checking the doors, I guess. And
As I said, these doors were open.
I'm
The
gonna-
lights in the rooms are on.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna-
But I'm looking for
So
booby
these rooms
traps.
have been pilfered through. You discover nothing of worth in these rooms other than like the odd blanket.
Okay.
Gonna look for anything booby trappy as we
No.
go into the next hallway.
Okay.
Okay. So you walk back to where the Uper is, because that'd be the hallway going down to the service
Mhm.
levels. Okay. And it goes down maybe about 30 feet, and then you see it bend off to the left, and then it probably would be deduced that as it's a stairwell, it probably spirals in that way like a flight of stairs would. So you probably got a couple of levels to go down to get to the next level. Give me more stealth checks.
7.
It's down, damn it. It's on here. I looked at it earlier. Oh, there it is.
I got a 3. So Veronica trips on something,
Okay, 8.
bonks her head or something.
And 8.
Stop. You're good. You're good. So we are all
I'm
quiet.
actually just see if I can roll a third 8.
We are all quietly going down this stairwell when all of a sudden, I don't know if like a shadow catches a certain way or something, but Veronica bumps into the wall and her gear jangles. Loudly.
You're in front, right?
No, she's in the middle.
No, she's in the middle.
I'm
She
in
did
the
that
back.
purposely.
I'm in the back. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. That could be worse for me.
I start moving back and putting her in front.
Hey, you guys got the bigger guns than I do.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to freeze and start really listening hard.
Give me notice rolls. Let's see if you all detect anybody noticing the flub on the stealth roll.
9.
7.
11.
Nope. Mom,
Hmm?
sensors are detecting an odd gas in the air.
Like what kind of gas?
Still analyzing.
Analyze faster, please.
Let's start slowly backing up quietly.
Percy only told her. Do you tell anybody else?
There might be a weird gas in the air, so I don't know if you guys
Well,
want
I'm
to pull
listening
back
really,
a little
really-
bit.
Does he like you radio communications with her?
Well, actually, he can display things on her Pip-Boy independently, but that one he did say out loud.
Okay, that's the reason I was saying I'm listening really carefully, so I assumed I would have heard.
Maggie's like, well, it's probably not harmful, because if it were harmful, then we would have seen adverse effects on the Raiders. Hooper says, "I'm never heard it." Okay, good point. They're probably so drugged out we couldn't tell.
I was about to say that. I said they're probably so drunk and irradiated and blitzed out of their mind they would have noticed.
Finished analyzing. The gas is something that pre-war records referred to as nestesium. It is apparently a gas that is innocuous to humans, but it can be quite flammable. How flammable? Mackie asks.
Go.
Such as a gunshot might set it off.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Can you tell where it's coming from?
What are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
No, sharp objects.
Etta pulls out a hatchet and a Bowie knife.
Don't use
Pulling
your
out the
flame.
machete.
Hold on. He's a handy who has fire coming out on the bottom. So, wouldn't that have set the place on fire?
He was just starting to detect it. Right now there's not enough particles per million in the air to actually ignite it.
So he's not going to be able to come along with us because he's probably going to
Ta-ding!
ignite it.
Yep.
He just yanked away your toy.
Fuck you!
So, also in my games, there's a thing called the fuck count, which is how many times in a game session I can get the players to curse my name. The most egregious being the night that Ryan Beggy got up and just kept going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, because all they did to his character and was actually jumping up and down in a circle. I've never had one that good since, but that's the first fuck you count. Thank you. The campaign now feels complete. So yes, if your robot goes down there, his ignition core will ignite the gas.
Oh boy.
So,
On the other hand, if he does that, then we have no more gas to worry about.
the ignition thing, that's only to keep him afloat and moving around, right? So, if he turns that off, and
He
we
will not be able to move.
But there's carts around, right? Because every vault has carts that are usually around there. We could just load them on the cart and move them around that way.
You're gonna put your Mr. Handy in a stroller and stroll him around like he's your prized baby child.
And that'll make a lot of noise, too.
You do realize that that actually is a pretty accurate image of the situation with her and that robot.
Percy suggests, Mom, perhaps I should remain here and see if I can't find access through the vault's computer network.
That works for
I
me,
can
too.
keep in contact with you and your Pip-Boy via that.
Oh, and kill anything that's not us that comes down behind us.
Just don't get yourself killed.
Of course not, Mom.
So if there's too many of them, run like hell.
Yes, Mom.
Okay.
Just not down this way, because then everything goes boom, including us.
And the only things you can do with your Pip-Boy, since it has a radio and he has a radio, you can actually talk to him on the radio. As long as there's a viable radio signal, you can get contact back and forth.
Of course, knowing
So as
my
long as you're going
luck.
to lose him, he's not going to lose you.
Well, knowing my luck, you'll probably put me in some area where there is no radio contact.
It'll be your turn to
Obviously.
Fuck you.
So, we no longer have a Percy.
Percy is gone.
Temporarily. Temporarily.
Until the Raiders find him and take him apart.
Oh, they better not, or else Veronica's gonna totally go kamikaze on their asses.
So,
You realize the kamikazes die.
continue down the stairwell.
Doesn't matter. Percy's dead. She might as well die too. No, that doesn't matter.
Alright,
but
give me more stealth rolls.
uh,
12.
12.
8.
Proceed down the stair, and like I said, it does continue to go to a flight of stairs. It goes down about 20 feet until it actually has the next constructed level. Like most vaults where the floors are stacked one right on top of the other to save space, this bunker actually has dirt between the various levels. Anybody have any It would either be pre-war or repair to know why they did that way.
That would be him.
I do have pre-war.
And I believe she has a repair skill, does she not?
Yep, I have
Yep.
repair.
You both roll repair. You can both roll your repair and your pre-war to figure out why the vault might be constructed that way.
I'm still trying to figure out why crafting is bigger.
I get a +1 on pre-war, so
Vigor in the Savage World systems is mostly kind of a catch-all trait,
I know.
and crafting is a catch-all skill.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Oh, it exploded.
Weird.
Shit, I need another.
You're good. You're good.
10.
Okay. You both figure it out. There was a thing in pre-war design about supposed bomb-proofing methods.
Mm-hmm.
The more earth you have between you and the radiation, the better.
Oh, that's true.
All right. So the reason why this vault's probably constructed this way with loose earth and bedrock between the various concrete levels that make up the slabs of its bunkers is probably they were expecting that this would be a nuclear target site. Which means, conversely, there's something important here.
Oh!
Now, you haven't seen any weapons, and you haven't seen any military stuff other than the scientific military wing.
It must be
Right.
further down.
Ding!
Which,
Yeah.
of course, Veronica's
Yeah.
eyes are seeing dollar signs now. Because if it's something important, then it might be worth a lot of caps.
All right, so coming down to the next level, it is even darker than the level you were on. It is pitch black down here. All right,
Okay.
you literally cannot see without a light source.
Hell,
I have a Pip-Boy, which has a flashlight function.
I have a
Yep.
flashlight.
And it looks at the group and wiggles her flashlight. It's like, should we? Can
Yeah,
we
well,
risk
it's
it?
not like we have a choice.
Yeah.
She straps her flashlight to her arm, tapes it onto her glove real quick, some duct tape, clicks it on. What the rest of you do?
Well, she's still in the middle, and
I'm clipping mine to mine.
Oh, you have
Yes,
a
should-
vest one?
Yeah. Oh well, I got an L. I got an L.
Okay, so everyone's got a light source. Except for the poor priest.
I was going to say, I don't have a light source.
they're just
That's
too
okay.
close
Unless
next to
you-
it.
Within the ranges of the flashlights and everything, you're going to be able to have the same lighting conditions that you had down in the level above you. So rather than complete darkness, it's -2 darkness mode.
That's
And that
okay.
represents things being in and out of the flash of the light.
It's okay. We're just going to tie.
You have a long hallway. This
space.
floor has no power. All right. The other floor above you did. This floor somehow has been cut off from its power. Her Geiger counter starts going tick, tick.
Yeah.
Guys, there's radiation down here.
You look at it, and it's the standard background radiation you would expect, but the ticking is coming from that it's more frequent. So there's probably something down here
Oh,
that's
okay.
harmless, but generating a radioactive field.
Okay, there's something down here that's probably harmless, but generating a radioactive field, so...
Or radioactive and not so harmless.
well, maybe
spraying
if we
around.
get closer to it, it might go up. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Or it may try to eat us.
Please,
That's
let
right,
there not
could
be any
actually emanating
ghouls.
from something.
No glowing ones, please.
Does
Or giant roaches.
your robot detect any life forms down here besides us?
Well, he's back up that
Yeah,
way.
he can't
'cause
detect
those, right, he
couldn't
can't.
come down here, so...
See, this
yeah,
is what happens when you get
unfortunately...
dependent upon technology.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an idea. Let's tie a rope around his waist and move him. Go
So you
forward.
seem to have like almost a mirror image of the floor above you, as far as the layout of the floor plan. You have a long hallway. Along the sides are written service access, elevators, power generating room, chief engineer supply, and then you see one that's marked armory.
Has the door been opened recently?
No, these are signs pointing down further
Oh,
down the
okay.
hallway. So they have an
Right.
armory.
Ah!
And they have a power room, which we can turn back on.
If it hasn't been damaged.
Okay.
It may just turn off automatically. Because
Give
it's
me
forward
notice
to the
checks
notice.
again. Remember to impose a -2 to your dice roll.
So it basically just takes
Well, actually,
my
rather than that, let me
plus
just
two
raise the TN to make it easier. Normally you would need a 4, because the darkness you now need 6s. And because the light source isn't consistent, it's going to be 7s. You need 7s on your totals.
6 plus my bonus is...
I got a 7.
7 exact.
Exactly.
8.
10.
And that's with a
8.
And that,
Yeah, I have
and that was
I have
with
a
Oh,
the
you have
birthday
alert.
gift.
die.
Okay.
Yeah, I have alert.
Nice.
Giving me a plus 2.
Yeah, and that was with the exploding
Which
die.
I
so
forgot
got
last
7.
section.
Okay.
Last section.
-2.
So as you're walking through the hallway, the most alert character is actually the scrapper, is the one that detects it first.
Mm-hmm.
You detect a faint smell in the air, and you recognize the smell as being old dead meat,
Ew.
which you smelled in the wasteland plenty of times.
Smells like old dead meat. Maybe something died down.
And then because you hear it because you smell it first before everybody, you see a vague outline on the ground. It's about to enter the light, which you basically make the intuitive leap of. That's the source. It's probably some kind of body or something.
There might be a body down there.
Since she's prepared everybody gets a guts check at +1 for the next roll. That's going to make the total rather than I was going to pose of 7. Now you only need 6s.
Guts. I don't have guts.
Then it's spirit and wild dice straight at -2.
Why the bloody hell did I not get guts?
So you think you would need it?
6.
I got snake eyes, so I'm freaked out.
Oh! Would you like to spend a white chip to make that snake eyes go away?
Yes, please.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Do I control again?
Yep.
Okay, I got a 5.
So you still fail.
Jeez.
But not as bad as last time.
6.
6. 9. Okay, so you guys don't affected. Maybe it was the advanced warning. You're a little freaked out. I'm going to take sanity point from you.
So, great.
You're looking at a gnawed human body.
Told you there was something down
It
here.
is some scientist that has been chewed on by something. What's left of him appears to be bones, a few bits of gristle. It looks like he was alive when this went down, that he was alive fairly recently. From the smell and stuff, you can guess this probably happened the past couple of weeks.
Wait a minute. What's the scientist doing down in here when you got raiders up there?
Not on recently?
Yeah.
Not on recently, like in the past couple of weeks.
Oh, past couple of weeks.
I'm going to check his body.
Okay?
So am I for different
The
reasons.
body looks really strangely mutilated to you. You have no idea what could cause these wounds, but Mr. Hunter over here does.
What would I use? Animals or notes?
Animals.
Okay, that's what I was asking. And I got a 6.
You recognize the
Oh,
thing
wait a minute.
immediately.
I forgot, +2. 8.
Rad roaches.
Great. I told you there was
Large
giant,
mutant roaches.
told you there was giant roaches down here.
They're everywhere. They're like, they get into everywhere and everything, and they're so
Yeah, as long
freaking
as-
hard to kill. It's like you can't stomp on
As
them.
long as they don't corner you, you're fine.
What's a rad roach?
Think of a giant man-eating cockroach.
Ooh, why did I have to wake up?
The Yipper goes, everybody? Everybody? Yes, he just patted his belly.
He eats them.
He eats them.
Tastes like chicken?
Actually, more like pork.
He kirks his head to the side. The reclaimer who's got more pre-war goes, a bracker. Oh, yeah!
Tastes more like pork, actually.
Nothing's changed.
Everything tastes like chicken to you? That tastes like pork to me. Yeah, wait. At least the Raiders didn't turn you into long pig.
Okay, so you know you've probably got some mutant critters down here. You now are aware of that.
We don't be having any mutant critters.
You go about 20 more feet down the hallway, you come across evidence of older things being dead. You have some skeletons, ripped up clothing on them, and a lot of them look like they have died not only from things gnawing on them, but you see a lot of gunshots.
Mm.
No chewing on my hat.
Okay.
Okay.
Apparently the doggo wants to join the game session.
Apparently she wants to snuggle.
Snuggle up.
Right? So, you get about another 30 feet down this hallway, and you come to a place where the hallway tees off in two directions. Towards your left, you see a thing that says Chief Engineer's Office. To your right, you see a place that says,
No. Changed your mind.
Storage and Service Quarters.
Storage can have a lot of good shit.
I'll check out the engineering.
Go to the Chief Engineer's Office.
Yep.
Anybody want to go with him?
Well, somebody's got to go with them. We should probably all go in like pairs or stay in
Yeah,
like small
buddy
groups
system.
at most.
Yeah, I don't think we should be separating. Never separate the party. Rule number 1.
Well,
We need the XP.
no.
Screw you.
So
Retort
who wants to go with the priest? I mean, I guess you had a.
Okay, who wants to go with the walking target?
Bert?
We can send a Uper.
Veronica will go with them. I mean, she.
Oh
probably
no, I was just asking if anybody wanted to go with the walking target. So you know, the Uper won't go. I guess I'll go.